how can I get my wife to contribute financially and see the importance of working together as a team in that regard?
Ooh, man. You're close to the edge, aren't you?
I'm at it.
You're at it.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Do me a huge favor.
6 years.
Yeah, I know.
I'm listening.
I know. Do me a huge favor. Take a huge deep breath and hold it. 3, 2, exhale it out. And I want you to pull your shoulders all the way to the floor. Okay?
Pulling. Okay.
Exhale for a second. I can hear it, man. Tell me about the last few years.
Yeah, it's been wild. I mean, we've been together for about 6 years now, and the first 5 years, she didn't work, right? Mind you, she's fully capable, no limitations. She doesn't have any restrictions to be able to work. She's capable, and she's bright too. She's she's pretty sharp. And around year 2, I recognized that we got to work together financially. Part of our relationship is not just the commitment and the loyalty. Finance is part of our livelihood. We got to work together. So somewhere around year 2, I told her, you got to start working on something, whether you want to start a new career or start a new education process, something. And for the 3 or 4 years thereafter, it was just excuses as to why I couldn't, why I can't do it because of this, I can't do it because of that. And about 6 months ago, I roughly just kind of threw in the towel, just emotionally. I was like, you know what? I can't argue with this about you anymore. I try to be nice. I try to be rude. I try to different ways. Like, hey, I'm gonna change our phone plan to a more cheaper plan, and maybe you'll get the message that way. Just nothing really processed through to her. And so now our relationship, we don't argue anymore, which is a good thing. But I think it's
no, bro, you gave up.
Talk anymore.
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah. Our relationship is stale, very neutral.
Yeah, what's beneath this, man? I remember the old football coach telling me I was just getting yelled at, and this is back in the day when football coaches could yell. They didn't have to hug everybody and just let me have it. And he caught a glimpse of my face, and he came real close, and he's a guy that I still hold in high respect. And he said, "Hey, it's when I stop getting onto you because I see you can be better, that you can do more than you think you can. It's when I quit staying on you. That's when I'm out. That's when I've given up on you." And I remember that, like, okay, cool. And so I can hear you've given up, and I can hear it. It's man, the anger's so close to the top. Are y'all broke? Are you struggling financially?
No, we're doing okay. We're covering all of our bills.
What's the deeper thing? I don't think this is about money. I think is your house a mess? Is she just not doing anything? Let me ask you this way. Is she a woman you no longer respect?
I think it's getting there.
I think you're there.
I think so.
I'm not hating on you.
Yeah, that would be fair.
If you have a person who just is no interest in building something with her husband, like no interest in building a life together, but who just puts the car in park and just sits in the driveway, I'm not hating on you.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to hear the futility of what you've tried, the way you've tried to do it, because you do what most of us do. You went through the ends of the earth, all the tools in your toolkit. You've been trying, right?
I have to do everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah, don't do that because you'll go to jail. So the bigger question is, why has she, I guess she never even opted into this deal.
Yeah, it's funny too, because when I was talking to her dad about a blessing for us to get married, he looked me right in the eyes and he says, she needs a lot of support, right? And I didn't, I understood what he meant to an extent, but I didn't know that he meant this. And for her, I think it's just always the expectation that somebody else is supposed to take care of my finances. And then, it took me this many years to realize that she meant that, like, you take care of it. And I just feel I feel abandoned.
Yeah.
But
this, what else besides finances? Where else is she not with you?
No, besides that, the place is clean. We're not struggling financially. I do well enough to take care of us. But the thing is, we're getting older. Retirement's coming up. What are we going to do?
Have you sat down with a math problem? and said, "Here's what we need every month"?
Yeah, I tried that, and she shuts down. She'll either start crying or she'll get frustrated and just be like, "I can't have this conversation with you." And so, like, mind you, she's
that's a
working
move.
now.
That's a move. Yeah, that's a total move.
She's working now, but she's almost 40 years old, and she makes, if I had to guess, because she won't really let me into her finances, if I had to guess, she probably makes $10,000 a year.
All right,
and I'm looking at her like, you can do better than this.
And here's the thing: you see value in her where she doesn't, and that's the altruistic view, right? The spoiled brat view that her dad tried to pass along to you, that he helped create, is, hey, bro, she doesn't do nothing. Best of luck to you.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So the real question is this, man. You have to make a choice, not her. Your choice is, I'm in. This is who I'm married. I'm going to have to build a life, working on Saturdays, a side hustle. If I have a number that I think we need to hit for us to be safe in our older age, got 20, 25, 30 years of working left. I'm going to get on it, and here's the number, and we're going to go. And then you may decide I'm going to make peace in my own house. The other side of it is, here's like a silly version of that, okay? I would love for my wife to want to be front row at punk rock shows with me. I would love that. I've always wanted that. And a couple of times she came and she smiled and was like, oh my gosh, this is madness. And I would love that. I went and saw some buddies the other night. It was a blast, man. And she didn't come. But I also know who I married. And so I've chosen to not get my feelings hurt because it's not about me. I've chosen to not sit there all day and meditate on, she won't go, I can't believe that. What does that mean about our relationship? She just doesn't like it. It's fine. And I don't like tons of country music shows, except for Aaron Watson, right? So other than that, I have to make peace with that. I know that's not even close to the same ballpark as what you're dealing with, but it's the principle is the same. The other side of it is leave. Leave. But you are drinking poison every day, hoping that she gets sick, and it's just not. Right? She's been almost radically clear. This is who I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you can make peace with that. And if she was on the phone with me, I mean, you better believe I'd challenge the heck out of her, right?
Yeah.
But the whole, I just can't have this conversation now and shut down, that's nonsense. After 6 years of being together, that's a choice. That's a move to manipulate any sort of accountability or responsibility.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can't be her dad. When you start telling her what to do and how to do it and when to do it, you become her father all over again.
Yeah, and it's just, these golden opportunities. I mean, we're a little older now, but many moons ago, her dad was like, you know what, your education, just pick somewhere to go that you like, and I'll fund it, and we got to get you prepared for the workplace. And
yeah, but you realize how stupid that logic is?
Well, I mean, as far as just being trained on something.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, if you want to prepare your kid for the real world, they have to have some skin in the game. And that's like her dad saying, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to go in that weight room and I'm going to work out really, really hard so that you can lift, like, deal with life struggles when they come. It doesn't make any sense, right? I get it. Yeah, I get his sentiment. I get what he's trying to do. And I also get, I'm dealing with it right now. I want to just give my kid, I have an old truck. I just want to give it to my son. I had to work so freaking hard for my $1,000 car when I was a kid, mowing lawn. I hated it. And I also know if I do this, I'm actually setting him up to fail.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. He gave her everything. And now she's like, cool, you're up, Corvin. You give me everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When we got together, I kind of gave her the same thing. Like, I'll take care of the bills. You just apply yourself somewhere. I don't really care where. Just show me that, even if it's something that doesn't make you money, but it's good for you. Like, show me something, some kind of application that you're willing to put in the effort somewhere. And it's always just, I'm in first gear. I'll get there when I get there. You worry about it. And I've had it. I don't know.
And that's why I don't think this is about money. I think this is about, I don't respect you as a person. She's
That's what
got
it feels like.
no hobbies, no joys, no friends, no connectivity. Just like a great insight into the Real Housewives catalog.
Yeah. I mean, and then next thing you know, she's over there watching the Real Housewives of whoever, and I'm like, I think you see yourself in that show, and it's not your life. I mean, I don't play for the NBA. It's not the way it's going to be.
Yeah. So I think you need to spend some time with you.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, the fact that you said I don't even know how much money she makes, that tells me your marriage has deeper cracks in it than just she doesn't make any money. Y'all are living parallel lives. She has a roommate who lives in your house.
Yeah.
Or
what it feels like.
To be gross about it, she's a teenage kid living in your house. And you come home from work and she hasn't done her homework, hasn't done anything. You're like, get up and do something. Like, and they don't ever move.
Yeah, and then to be fair, I mean, she does plenty around the house, and so she takes care of herself. She's not a slob by any means. She's, spends a lot of time in front of the mirror. But I could catch her on a Tuesday afternoon, and I'm like, are you going to do something today? She said, it's my day off. And I'm like, you make X amount. You shouldn't have a day off. Where is this day off coming from?
Yeah.
Focus on something, please. And she's just like, nah, I can't. That's your job to worry about the finances. And I'm just,
here's the thing. I want you to spend some honest to goodness time with you. And you're in your head now and you're angry and that clouds it. And this might go against everything you've ever thought to do, but I want you to spend some time, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day for a couple of weeks. But I want you to be honest and actually write down what you're thinking. Because I'm willing to bet this is not about finances.
Ultimately, no. I mean, but as part of it, I think that's kind of the end result,
Sure. I mean, that's an easy scorecard, right? It's an easy metric to look up and say, look, you're not even contributing. But I hear a guy who desperately wants his wife to enjoy being alive, and she looks like she's dead in her own skin.
Yeah.
And I don't know any man that doesn't want to marry somebody who's vibrant or be married to somebody who actually likes being alive and has purpose and a sense of like autonomy yet connectivity. Like, but unfortunately, you can't do anything about that. You've tried for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you can deal with is you. So you can make peace in your house. That's just how she rolls. I'm going to princess her up. And I'm going to stop walking around all day being angry because it's just ruining my day. Or I'm going to have an or what conversation. This has to change or I'm out. We have to share a checking account. We have to share bills. We have to go to a marriage counselor and rebuild this thing from the floor up. And if she starts crying and says, I don't want that, I don't want to be part, then okay, I need you to be an adult and have an adult conversation here and quit diving out of the conversation.
Yeah. And
I'll have it with a marriage counselor. If I'm not saying it right, if I'm frustrating or whatever, if I scare you, then I don't want to do that. I'll have it with a marriage counselor. But we got to have this conversation because I want you participating in the lifeblood of this home.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what it is. She knows that dad's going to be there for whatever, if the whole thing falls apart. And it's like, that's fine for you.
I know, brother, but
we're supposed to be working together at this.
And that to me is the thing. You all got married. You got in the boat and you started heading off down the river and she never got in. She's never been in. She's like, no. Boat is for you. I'm going to sit on the side, on the bank of the river, and I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And if you don't want to keep doing that, that's fine. My dad's boat will be here in a little bit. That's a tough pill to swallow, man. When you look up 6 years later, 3 years later after being married, working as hard as you do, and find out, oh, she never got in the boat to begin with. Whew. I hate that for you, man. But yeah, it's. I can hear it in your voice. It's about to become rage and it's about to become resentment. And at the end of the day, that just poisons you. And so let's have some time. What do you actually want? Because I think she could go get a job today and still it wouldn't fix the hole in your heart. What do you actually want? And it sounds like you want her to get in the boat with you. Ride or die. Let's go over the falls together. and she won't. Or you need to have that or what conversation.